Glamour is the name of the game this Monday morning after Oscars. It's Meredith and Sid with you. You're watching Breakfast Television. All of the celebrities on the red carpet, in particular last night, seem to have that special glow. Their skin is perfect. Makeup just sits right, and everyone looks dewy. But how do they achieve this look? Here to break it all down is award-winning dermatologist and founder of Compass Dermatology, Dr. Julia Carroll. Hello.
Good morning.
Great
Dr.
to have
Carroll.
you here, especially day after Oscars. Yeah.
I'm channeling my Barbie pink.
Yes, I love that.
Yes, and it could have done even better last night, but we went through that with Devo. Alas, we were here. All right, let's focus on the celebrities and the pre-red carpet, because we see the red carpet, and Mayor and the crew, they're going to go through everything here momentarily on the show. What are celebrities doing in their private time that we don't see that makes them look flawless?
So one of the hottest trends right now is radio frequency microneedling, and that's the Sylfirm X. And what that's doing is it has little tiny pins that go into the skin, and it adds energy deep into the skin, so it can help improve blood vessels, pigmentation. It can clear up some old scars. Acne scars is something that's really, really common. And we can see it being done here. It has almost no downtime, so this is something that can be done shortly before an event like the Oscars, but we love to do a series of these. So once someone knows they're nominated, their next call should be to their cosmetic dermatologist to start making the plans.
And you mentioned sort of one session, you can do it sort of before the actual event or ceremony, but what would you recommend in terms of a time frame to start any kind of maybe new procedure that you haven't done before?
Right, so that's a good point. You don't want to do anything you've not done before just before a big event, but we generally recommend that people do them a month apart, and we like to do 3 of them. So that's going to help with the maxing out the improvements that you're going to see in that pigment, in the redness, and in the lifting and tightening of the skin as well.
One moment, Sid. So, for someone, are there any skin types that aren't sort of good
No,
for this?
this one is good for everybody.
Everybody.
Yes, and the other thing about this particular device too is it's the only one in Canada approved for the eyelids, and that's a real problem area for people.
Oh. Okay.
So it can actually lift and tighten the skin of the eyelids.
Okay, just asking for a friend. Okay, keep going. Yeah.
Also asking for a friend, what about a dewy olive? What about this kind of skin?
Dewy olive, like perfect skin like yours?
Oh!
It's not important. It's not important. May or may not have spoken about it in the break. No, let's move on from May. There is another treatment, though. We're going to go through some of the celebs from last night, but there is another treatment worth bringing up, right?
Yeah, so the JetPeel, it is an infusion system. So it uses a jet of water.
Sorry, J-E-T?
J-E-T.
Okay.
Like a jet plane, and you can see it being done here. The first part that's done is that you use the jet to actually create lymphatic drainage, so it helps with any puffiness that you have in the skin. This is fabulous day before, day of, and also awesome for the day after. If you've got stay up a little bit late, you're a little bit puffy.
Oh.
So it does that, and then it uses the jet to actually exfoliate the skin. So it's contactless, pain-free. It's actually quite a relaxing treatment. And then this is followed by an infusion. And you pick the infusion based on what your concern is. So if you have a bit of redness in your skin, we choose one. If you're struggling with acne, we choose another. If you just want high glow, then we would go for more of a hydration booster.
And glow really seems to be the thing these days.
Yeah,
Everybody
skin quality,
wants that,
glow, that flawless
glow.
look.
Yeah, and so many were looking that way on the carpet last night. And we have some celebrity photos that you brought in, and we're going to go through, and you might spot the treatment that they might have had.
Yeah, I'm not their doctor, but you know.
But we can take a look.
Play
Just
one
like
on TV.
Apparently.
Just like we clock the fashion, we can clock the skincare. Yeah.
Let's go Margot Robbie. What'd you make of her last night?
Okay, so Margot Robbie, she looked amazing. Again, she's kind of going for that like no makeup look. And I would say someone like Margot Robbie would be perfect for that JetPeel treatment, so that she just doesn't need a lot. She's probably had a little bit of Botox around the eyes as well, but just looking for that makeup to sit very nicely on the skin and just that glowy, dewy look.
And it's not just reserved for the women. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ryan Gosling, you know, for men, what we really look for is that strong jawline. So a guy like Ryan Gosling would do really well with Sylfirm just to maintain that jaw. And they're probably using a little bit of jawline filler, something like that mimics bone, like Radiesse is one that comes to mind, to just maintain that snatched jaw.
Let's get to 2 or 3 in here. This is fun. Divine Joy Randolph, Oscar winner last night.
Right, Divine Joy. So her skin also flawless. So I would assume that she's done something like a JetPeel. And then sometimes pigment can be an issue with sun damage. And so that's where the Sylfirm X would come in to really help prepare the skin so that, again, makeup looks amazing on the skin, and you've cut down that pigmentation from like old acne scars, things like that.
Okay, one final one. Jodie Foster, you know, maybe a slightly different age bracket.
Yeah.
What's the work that potentially has happened there? She
So,
looks great.
Yeah, I think Jodie Foster looks amazing. I think, again, for her, jawline is really a signature for her. So the Sylfirm X would be very helpful for that. You know, she is older, so she's probably had a little bit of Botox and fillers as well. But she's pulling it off. She looks fantastic.
You're fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you for being here today because, you know, people are talking about it more too. It's not just sort of
100%.
behind the scenes. People are sharing and sort of building a community that way, which is wonderful. But it's great to have the
You need
expertise.
to know, you know, what everyone's doing, and it's not just all I drank a lot of water last night.
Yeah.
CompassDermatology.ca is where you can go. We're not done. If you're looking for the same glow as these red carpet stars, you're in luck. One lucky BT viewer will win a JetPeel and Sylfirm X.
Oh.
Sylfirm X.
I was just testing you, Doctor. Sylfirm X combo treatment valued at, wait for $1,500.
Wow.
At Compass Dermatology. To enter, head to breakfasttelevision.ca/contest. Enter through daily prizing. Don't forget to use the keyword GLOW. Dr. Carroll, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming by.
you.
After last night, it's perfect.
I know.
That's why we book these things like this, because you'll enjoy them. We're going to take a break.